Hello, welcome to PTB Designs for You. And today I was just messing around. I made some earrings, some valentine slash sweetest earrings. And I said, well, let me do the pendant. And before I do the pendant, let me come on and just show you all the earrings. Now, these are multi-purpose, or shall I say, you can do it two different ways. I did attach an ear wire to the earring if you want more of a dangle kind of moving kind of earring so that the faucet gems, stones can shine. Or you can unlatch it and put this part, this is the ear wire. You can put this in your ear and just have it like a steel hoop that hangs in the ear like so, but it doesn't move. So there's two different ways that you can wear the earring. But for today's purpose, or for these earrings, I'm just going to keep the ear wire on here. Now for the, let me move faster. Let me talk faster. For the, before I go into that, I had a haul where Joann's was having a 50% off, 50 or 60% off sale. They were going out of business in that store. They were closing that store, and I got this. I think it was originally like $7.49, so I paid like $3.50 for it. And let me tell you, I put my small gems and small spacers and things like that in here. Oh my God. It's such a lifesaver. I can find things just a lot more, a lot quicker. You know, my small jump rings, and I got some crimps in here and some, just a little bit of everything. And I can see where it is. Oh my God. If everything would be so easy. But anyway, when I make this earring, make this pendant, I'm going to make the pendant to kind of replicate the earrings, but I want to make it just a little bit different. So, in making it, I took I think this was about 8 inches of 16 gauge bronze wire. Now, I did use copper on the earrings, but like I said, I want to do a little different, and I didn't have a heavy gauge copper. But I want it to where it can be worn singly, you know, without the earrings or with the earrings. So I bent that in half and kind of squeezed it a little bit so that it kind of comes together more. Let me do this bottom just a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is, holding this, I'm just going to, let me go from this. I'm going to go to the left, and I'm going to go to the right a little bit just to get it started. Now, in determining the size of the heart, this size is probably about a 10 ring, and this is about a 4 or 5 ring. So I'm going to take my ring mandrel, or if you don't have this, you can use like an empty spool if it's as big as you want it, and just wrap it around here. Just anything. It just depends on how you want your heart to be. So, and then do the same on the other side. And just wrap it around. Okay. So we have the heart. There are so many different tools that you can use to form the heart with, but that's what we used. Now I want to determine if I want it to clasp. Well, since it's a pendant, I don't want it to come open, so I'm going to determine where I want my hook, and from where it's crossing at the bottom, that's just about enough hook for me. So when I hook it, it'll end the heart, form the heart. So also what I want to do is determine what I want to do to the heart, what I want to do for decorations and everything. So as you see on the earrings, I left one side without, but I also added some texture to this side. I don't know if you can see it or not. I added some texture to this side with my hammer. So let me see. Let me turn this other light up. It's not plugged up. So what I'm going to do is, I wish I could turn my volume down. I don't know how to do that, y'all. So just to show you, I'm going to use my hammer. And I think I'm going to go on the right side. And I'm just going to hammer. I'm going to hammer. Now the reason why I'm using this hammer is because I want it to texture. I want to have some movement. I'm going to use the back end. I don't know. I just love texturizing. To give it that shiny metal. And I did learn something that I'm going to try after it's all done. Okay, and I'm not going to do this bottom yet. I'm going to do the back. Okay, now I've got some texture in it. Of course, when you do that, it's going to move slightly. Okay, now to embellish it, because I pretty much got what I wanted to use was, I wanted to use this just to give it some razzmatazz a little bit. It still kind of goes with the color scheme, but I just thought that was pretty. But I also wanted to keep with my same color scheme. So I'm going to put 2 of these. I'm just testing it out right now. 1 of these, just to have a little bit more silver in it, because I really don't have. And I have to put something right here to prevent the beads from going inside the big bead. Now I don't want to, it's coming down just a little bit too close to, it's not too close, but either I'm going to put 1 less bead or not the spacers. But that's too big. That's too big of a hole to not have a spacer. I try to find the flattest spacer that I could find. Let me just do 1. Oops. So I'm seeing if it'll fit first, knowing that when I wrap, come on. So if this doesn't work, I just have to go back to just doing the beads as I did with the earrings. But I just wanted, because it's a pendant, like I said, I just wanted it to be a little bit different than the earrings. I think that's going to be okay. I think that's going to be pretty. Now to wrap it, I'm going to use, this is not what I wanted. I'm going to use 26 gauge wire, and I'm going to use about 12 inches. That should be enough. Yeah, it should be more than enough, because I can't wrap I don't want to wrap the big bead too much, because it's not, well, it does have the same color family. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this out of the way and move these off. Go ahead and start this wrap. Wrap it 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I can use it all, that's fine too. I don't have to cut none. Okay. Bring it through and place my bead on here. Place my bead on and wrap it 1. Remember, I didn't have a whole lot of space that I could spare, so I'm just going to wrap it 1 full turn. When I come back around, I'm going to add the next thing, which is my spacer bead. Interesting. I forgot about that. And my other bead. Now this is going to be a test and trial still, because I'm going to have to take this around and wrap it 1. And I'm going to wrap this 2 times. And what I may end up doing is coming back up through that, since I had to wrap it like that. Okay, let me see. Let me go from under here and wrap this. I'm gonna wrap this 1 more, come around just to secure it. Place my bead. And wrap it 1. Since this is my last one, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, yes, I'm going to come back up. So these are going to be more like wrapped beads. Wrap it around. And then I'm going to actually wrap around the bead. See, do we love this or do it look like a mess? If I don't love it, I'm not gonna keep it. Do I love it? I think it's okay. The wrap is not so in your face that it takes away from the bead. And one thing I learned about 26 gauge wire, if you take it and kind of bend it and then just break it off like that, you have a cleaner, more of a flex cut type break of it. And the only thing I would have to do is join him in. He's not going to have a rough end to it by breaking it that way. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm going to hammer this part, and I'm going to hammer all the way down so that I have that hammer look. Trying to make it as quiet as I can. Not too much because I still have to bend it. Okay. So now, finding my bend part and take my round nose pliers and I'm gonna bend it. And what I should have done before that, filed it. Because we don't want this snagging their clothes or wherever this decides to lay on their chest. I think I could flesh cut that one a little bit better. Yeah. I do have a reamer. You buy all this stuff and don't even use it. And this is supposed to take care of them sharp edges. I've seen the electric ones, and I really, really, really want to get me one. Because if that can do the smoothing without me having to do that, oh yeah, I am for it. I don't mind putting in the hard work though. I don't mind putting in a little effort, but that's going to make it a little bit better and easier for me. Yeah. Okay, so we have our heart pendant. Now, because it's a pendant, now I have to determine how I want this to hang. Do I want it to hang just face on, or do I want it to hang like the earrings will? Now I do have some chain. Let me see what it's gonna look like hanging. Then I'm gonna think about, you know, do I want something else leading up to it? Do I want to add some more? You know what? I'm going to take a little bit of this 16 gauge wire. Just, it is not enough. Because I got to make two. This is about 4.5 inches. And what I want to do, do me a loop. I'm not trying to make this a loop show, as in I don't want a whole lot of wrap around it, just once. And by this being 16 gauge, I'm going to use some reinforcements to kind of make it tight and make it stay up top. Okay. Let me see if I can just close that in. If I can just close it in, that would be okay. You know, I should not have closed that yet, because now I have to use a jump ring. I'm going to have to use a jump ring to add anything else on it. Let me get my wire, my chain, the same size. I don't know if I'm going to make it this long. This is about 24 inches. You know, y'all, I can make this off camera and do it and still change the whole thing. So I said, well, why don't I just do it all together? To this side. Okay. And then because I didn't have a lot of beads on the pendant, I'm going to add some now. Let me trim this in a slant because this is 16 gauge. And I hope it's just that one that didn't want to go on. And should I add another diamond? Yeah, I think that'll be too loud. That'll be too loud, so I'm just gonna add a diamond. Let me add 2 beads. Ah, come on. Yeah. Two beads. 1 spacer. Why pick up the ones that I know that that one did. And this one did. Okay. So does anybody else get crooked when they do this? Okay. Put it on my chain. Okay. Wrap this a couple times.